Welcome to Multi-Chain Nation. Today we have Griffins from NexusPay. He's a co-founder, and I'm really excited to learn more. Hey, Griffin.
Hey, Rudy, what's good?
Good. It's good. Everything is good, man. I'm excited to hear more about NexusPay and how
Yeah.
they're using Axelar. So give us the rundown. What is NexusPay?
Oh, yeah. So, NexusPay is actually a crypto wallet that bridges the gap between how you get to spend your crypto to local fiat. So, it's more into the African market where we solving the transaction issues, the cross-border challenges, and the money issues that we're having across Africa. Yeah.
And how did this idea come about? I mean, I've heard in Africa there's a lot of issues with monetary policies, and
Yeah,
crypto seems like a great solution. But how
yeah,
did you
yeah.
come about? Like, this is the way to go. This is what I'm going to build.
Okay. So, this is actually an interesting story. I I was working for a Maltese company, and I'd basically get paid in crypto. And being in blockchain, and I can like code stuff. I started it as a side project. Then we was actually working with my co-founder who has been my great friend for like a very long time. Then we just clicked it in and dive deep. So some of the key challenges that we actually getting or we were having was it was very hard to be able to spend the crypto because traditionally you'd have to transfer them to probably a P2P platform
Hmm.
so that you get to convert them to fiat. And also, you got to take note of the high transaction charges which are there. So at that time, count abstraction was actually uh, was out. We are
Hmm.
still on beta. It wasn't like it hasn't materialized as much. Then we went through the docs and decided, let's bring every transaction on chain. So that's how NexusPay came about, and that was the first version that we had, where
Wow.
all transactions could happen on chain. And the idea was to bring merchants, every users within the demographic to be able to do transactions with crypto.
That's
Yeah,
it's I love the story of how it just beginning from with your friend and just a side project and it naturally
yeah,
grew. It's nice how it's
yeah.
like organic and clean. And then as you're building this, when did Axar come into play? How did you decide to use Axar?
Yeah. So, of course, there are different, so many uh, blockchains and they're different tokens. And it's clear Axelar handles the fragmented blockchain, right? Where it gets to bridge and wraps up all, yeah. So that when was like, okay, we basically trying to uh, connect different blockchain and be
Hmm.
able let our users to be able to make seamless transactions across different chains. So that's where Axela actually comes in, where it gets to let me take you through like an example of a flow. So transaction gets initiated from a Nexus Pay backend, which taps into the Axela SDK, where, for instance, transaction was happening on Arbitrum, right? And on the Arbitrum side and Axela gateway, uh, and you want to transfer funds to probably Cosmos. So it gets like wrapped tokens, which on the Cosmos networks, it it renders either the native token or the wrapped token on the Cosmos network. So basically, transaction has happened so fast, and you didn't. have to like do all those swap and yeah. So
Hmm.
basically that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's the beautiful thing about Axelar is that they have a great developer kit, SDK, where you can just plug in to your app
Yeah.
and allow the
Yeah.
transactions to happen through Axelar and work cross chain, cross uh, messaging protocols to all that
Yeah.
simply built in. That way, yeah, like especially in a worldwide economy now, people are using different L2s, and you don't want to be the one to have to deal with it. I have to have Arbitrum and
Yeah.
Optimism,
Yeah.
USDC, and they have to
There are
cross
lots
other.
of them, man. So many.
So it gets a lot of headache, and you have enough to worry about. So thankfully, Axlar can handle
Zara is
that
there.
area
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And when you were building with Axlar and like trying to work with the team, how was that implementation experience like, especially as a developer?
Well, the SDK is pretty informative, and the docs, of course, is very clear. Community support on Axela is also very embracing. You get a question, you get answers. I've had, okay, most of response that I've had come from like Idris, the Axela DevRel. So they're always quick to response, and if you have like any question, any that open like they're very free to an extent that they want to jump on a call like instantly. So I love that about the dev community and Axela, and I appreciate the fact that the documentation is pretty clear to the devs. So man,
I hear that. I
the
hear that a lot.
generally the process has been good. Yeah.
It's it's hard to find that nowadays, especially in such emerging tech, because people
Yeah.
just build the protocol and say, "Okay, here you go, everyone. Just use my new app." But Axlar is like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, let me help you use it. Let me jump on the call with you. Let me be as clear as possible to help you build."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's critical to have a good ecosystem and a good community in general. It's
And then
good vibes.
there are different protocols, but most of them are always just there. But Axela, has a track record on like what it's doing, and I appreciate that about it because it it's actually solving real problem that is there on the blockchain ecosystem.
It
Yeah,
is, and it's making it easy for people to build on. So
yeah, true,
it's
true.
great to see it. And so, what does Nexus Pay's ecosystem look like today? Do you have a lot of users? Are you on mainnet? Is it live? Can people start using it?
It's actually live, and it's in V2 that we've actually integrated Axela, which is premium to be out mid-April this year. So I'm pretty excited about the whole thing, and I've been trying to hype up on socials, meet up with friends, and our existing users are also excited, being that we're rolling out something that they'd been asking for like 6 months now. So yeah, I'm pretty
Pressure's
excited
on.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because now I'm thinking about you with your family and your friends, and you're working in crypto. Are they looking at you like, Griffins, what are you doing? Get out of crypto. It's crazy. Or are they very supportive and they're excited for you to live the dream?
Well, most people I have around me are young guys my age, and they see the possibility of blockchain. That's the future of guys in my generation, honestly. And they're pretty supportive, and the boys keep grinding. Like
You have to
if
be.
you're there doing nothing, you'd always get the vibe. Yo, you gotta grind. You got to get the next bread. So
Yep.
I love the fact that I get so much support from my friends. They always challenge me to always be on the move to get stuff done. and appreciate my family, even though my parents don't entirely uh, understand the whole crypto concept.
Same, same.
But right now, I've taken it as a personal initiative to tell my mom, my dad that these ain't a scam. These some real stuff here. These are very impressive tech that is actually revolutionizing the whole database infrastructure, financial infrastructure. And then every day there's always like a new way to be able to do it, which is an easy and better way. So I appreciate what's happening in the industry. Yeah.
And yeah, and it's a good marker if you can get your parents to use NexusPay without any difficulty, any barriers, then you know you made a good product. Because
Definitely, definitely. Because actually, I haven't dived into what actually V2 of our product has exactly. Uh, Part of what we've been working on V2 is to be able to also embrace guys who don't so much appreciate Web3 and blockchain,
mhm,
or who don't fully understand. Because every day tech advances and no one is waiting for them. But at NexusPay, we wanna move with them. So they can send and receive transaction without having to know if they're using crypto or not crypto.
yep,
So that's a way for them to be able to actually dive deeper into the tech and over time move at their own pace, and over time get to understand the nitty gritty that actually happening under the hood. So yeah. So my
yeah,
mom can basically get crypto and be able to spend it seamlessly with NexusPay.
that's amazing how you're solving.
Yeah.
It's a really difficult problem to solve, and every country has their own difficulties with monetary policies, like and like how like what NexusPay is doing to solve. And it's nice that people usually think crypto as a very global thing, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's good to start local and fix the local problems
True. True.
because you can't solve everyone's problem at once all the time. You kind of have to start local and grow. And I'm excited that NexusPay is starting the
Yeah. I agree.
traditional like entrepreneurial method, like solve the problem here and grow and develop and continue. So,
Yeah.
what other features are in line for V2? What's coming up next?
V2, we actually have self-learning concept. Uh,
Ooh.
where we gonna okay, so the basic idea is you get an overdraft, and you get to loan based on that, and be able to, if okay, of course loaning is a very critical concept in any industry, be it TradFi or in Web3.
Hmm.
So we give wrapped tokens for loans, and it's within a cap of your overdraft that you get to borrow or lend. So if at all you're having delays, we yeah, it's just the normal way. I believe, have you interacted with Compound Protocol or Alchemix?
You have Compound. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're having talks with Compound Protocol for a partnership. This is going to seamlessly facilitate this easily. And then again, on the pipeline for V2, we having a more modest way to bring merchants on chain. The whole transaction flow is very easy right now, and we've added email payments where yeah. So initially, what we had was for number, and this was very hard for
Yeah.
guys outside Kenya. So with email, it's gonna be fully borderless. And then we aim at onboarding more merchants from within Africa. So we still stick to the original vision to bring like everyone on chain. And you've said there are always laws which are very strict
Yep.
to payment infrastructure within African market. So that's true. It has been very hard for us to actually be able to integrate local fiat to crypto within NexusPay. So I'm pretty much guessing that would be the same case in other jurisdictions. So we trying to not go through the same challenges we've faced so far, but rather have more of a global thing where transaction can happen seamlessly. Yeah.
It's definitely a journey for that. And you have so much going on, and I'm sure people want to hear more if they want to get involved. So maybe if someone's listening to this, they're thinking Nexus Pay is the right solution for them. Where can your community go? Where can they go to learn and help and get involved?
Oh yeah. So we are more active on Twitter, where it's Nexus Pay DeFi,
Okay.
and we've been so much on the ground. Uh, I know a lot of users, very loyal users. I talk every day to different people about Nexus Pay, and they get really excited. And everyone is excited about V2. And we have a growing Telegram group where our community guys are very supportive. They are always open to response every time. So yeah.
Nice. I mean, congratulations on the success and the growth. I mean, it's hard to imagine when you first start all this and now you're super deep into it. I like as like one of my like final questions. How does Griffin's just take care of himself? Crypto's 24/7. There's people always talking to you. It's just sometimes you need a break. What's Griffin's do to take care of
Ah,
himself?
well,
it's it's hard sometimes.
I'm
You forget.
actually having fun doing what I'm doing because
Good.
yeah, it's tech has always been my passion, and sitting in front of my setup every day gives me so much hope to whatever I'm doing.
Hmm.
And I feel talking about what I'm doing uh, gives me a more broader knowledge and possibilities of learning by interacting with others. And I love that. And what I actually do to protect myself and show love to myself is I occasionally give myself some time off. I love the coast so much, and normally I go there. And then I figured that I love dogs so much, and they've been great friends. So I have two right now.
Nice.
So when I'm off my machine, they come jumping. They're very playful, and that gives me joy. And yeah, I
Nice.
basically love that. And next time I'm headed to the coast, I'm going with them. So
Nice.
it's gonna be like a family fun thing.
Nice. Where
Yeah.
can where can everyone find Nexus Pay? What website and any
Oh, yeah.
handles?
So yeah. Can I share on the chat or can I just say?
You can say it, and we'll post it.
Okay. So Nexus Pay Twitter is at next. Okay. So N is capital. Nexus Pay. P is capital. DeFi. So DeFi is just the normal way. Capital D, small e, capital F, small I. And our website is nexuspayapp.xyz. We soon migrating to NexusPay .io. So yeah.
Nice. Congrats. That's good. We'll post that on the show notes. And yeah, I
Nice.
mean, again, Griffins, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for building and staying true to yourself and helping the whole ecosystem as a whole. And I'm glad Axelar was a huge help for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.